There is a principle woven into every ancient mystery school, Egyptian, Vedic, Gnostic, Tibetan, a principle so powerful that entire lineages swore oaths to protect it. They believed that if ordinary people encountered this truth too soon, they would fear it, misuse it, or dissolve into the shock of what it revealed about the nature of reality. This was not superstition, it was experiential knowledge, gained through rituals that pushed consciousness beyond the limits of physical form. Nowhere was this guarded more fiercely than in ancient Egypt, inside the silent inner chambers of temples like Abydos, Dendera and Philae. Here, illuminated by torchlight and carved into walls that still hum with forgotten geometry, priests practiced a ritual known only to initiates of the highest order, a method for separating awareness from the body, not symbolically, not poetically, literally. Modern society would laugh at such a claim. We are told consciousness is locked inside the skull, trapped behind bone and tissue, utterly dependent on biology. But the Egyptian adepts, masters of dreamwalking, transnavigation, and the luminous body, knew otherwise. They believed the physical form was merely the first layer of a much greater architecture. The true self, they taught, could step out, travel, observe, and return. The Egyptian Book of Coming Forth by Day hints at this with unsettling clarity. The rishis of the Upanishads describe the same phenomenon. Tibetan yogis train for it. And today, neuroscientists studying near-death experiences, lucid dreams, and anomalous perception are beginning to detect the outer edges of what the ancients mastered thousands of years ago. You are about to learn why they protected this knowledge and why it is resurfacing now, because this is not entertainment. This is not mythology. This is initiation. By the end of this video, you will understand why this was hidden and why you are finally ready to receive it. Imagine yourself stepping into the inner sanctuary of Abydos around 1250 BCE. During the reign of Seti I, the air is cool, thick with the scent of blue lotus and frankincense. Torches flicker against walls carved with serpents, stars, and the unmistakable figure of Osiris, the god of resurrection, consciousness, and the subtle body. A low hum vibrates through the chamber, created by the synchronized chanting of robed priests whose voices ripple like waves against the stone. You are brought deeper, past the public halls, into the Holy of Holies, a place where ordinary citizens were never allowed to enter. The temperature shifts, the sound dampens, the light becomes a luminous gold, reflecting off polished alabaster and copper instruments that catch the firelight like small suns. A master priest, adorned with a collar of lapis and electrum, looks at you with eyes that seem impossibly steady, as if he sees straight into your energy field rather than your face. His name is Hekemet, a practitioner of what was called Sahu, the art of activating the luminous, or spirit, body. He places a papyrus scroll on a stone table before you. Drawn upon it is a figure lying down, surrounded by repeating spirals and star maps. This, he whispers, is the ritual for releasing the Ka, the subtle twin from the physical shell. You feel the chamber subtly vibrate as other masters gather, forming a circle. They wear obsidian rings engraved with ankhs. Some carry scepters tipped with crystal-like minerals believed to amplify fields of consciousness. Their presence shifts the atmosphere. Your chest feels lighter. A faint tingling sensation gathers at the base of your spine. Not painful, just awakening. What you witness next is not dreamlike, but astonishingly precise. A young initiate lies on a raised stone platform. His breathing slows. The chanting deepens. At a certain pitch, a frequency modern acoustical physics could analyze but not replicate. Something impossible occurs. A faint shimmer emerges above his chest, like heat rising from desert sand. It condenses. It forms a silhouette of light. His Ka has separated. This was not magic. It was a technology of consciousness, refined over centuries. And Egypt was not alone. In Vedic India, sages practiced yoga nidra, entering states where the traveler's self roams freely. Tibetan monks mastered dream yoga, separating awareness from sensation. The Gnostics wrote of the psychic body, capable of ascent through invisible realms. Each tradition described the same phenomenon with different language, a human ability our modern world has forgotten. This was not one culture's discovery, it was a universal truth. So how did this Egyptian ritual actually work? To understand it, you must step beyond the physical and into the architecture of the human energy system. What the Egyptians called the Sa, the Vedic sages called the Sukshma Sharira. and modern physicists now call the subtle informational field. At its core, the ritual relied on a single principle. Consciousness is not produced by the body. It is anchored to it, and anything that is anchored can be unanchored. 1. The energetic mechanism. The Egyptians worked with 3 layers. The Kot, the physical body, the energetic double, the Sahu, the awakened light body capable of independent movement. During the ritual, the initiate's breathing, posture, and inner visualization were designed to weaken the bond between the Kot and the Ka. The chanting produced resonance frequencies that loosened the subtle threads, what Tibetans later called Ti, and Chinese alchemists recognized as meridians of Qi. When the bond softened, the Ku rose naturally, like a flame lifting away from a candle. This was not escape, it was expansion. To show you how this was mastered, consider 2 historical adepts. 2. Consciousness story. 1. Hekemza, Egyptian master tradition, Egyptian mystery, school years of practice, 22 technique, QA separation ritual, plus controlled trance, respiration, learn to detach awareness from the physical body at will, observable changes, slowed heartbeat to near imperceptible levels, reported visions that matched distant locations. Core teaching. You are not inside the body is inside your consciousness. Lineage impact. Formed the basis for later Hermetic astral doctrination. Kamens would enter a trance so deep that his body appeared lifeless, yet he later described traveling through the temple, seeing hidden rooms he could not physically access. Priests confirmed his accounts. 3. Consciousness story. 2. Rishika Anandi, Vedic Siya tradition, Advaitavedasias of practice, 1-7 technique, prana withdrawal, inner light concentration. Jyota Dhyana realization, encountered the shining traveler, her subtle body outside the physical form. Observable changes, brainwaves showed extreme coherence, measurable changes in skin temperature. Core teaching, the self is not local, it travels as light. Lineage impact, influenced early Upanishadic teachings on the 2 birds, body and soul. Those thousands of miles and centuries apart, both masters described the same mechanism, a shift of awareness from sensory identification to pure perception. 4. The scientific bridge. Modern research offers surprising parallels. Neuroscience. In deep meditation, the brain's parietal lobe, the region defining physical boundaries, becomes silent. Quantum observation. Experiments show consciousness affects probability fields, suggesting it extends beyond locality. HeartMath studies. Coherent states produce measurable electromagnetic fields that expand several feet beyond the body. Placebo plus neuro demonstrate consciousness can alter biology directly. Science is not yet ready to claim that Ka exists, but it is undeniably witnessing the symptoms. What the ancients experienced, science is only now beginning to detect. Today, we live in a world that claims to be advanced, yet most people are more disconnected from their inner reality than any ancient initiate ever was. While the Egyptians spent decades studying the layers of consciousness, we spend hours scrolling, distracting, numbing. But the truth the mystery schools guarded is still alive, and modern research is beginning to confirm its outlines. Neuroscientist Dr. Joe Dispenza has shown that during deep meditation, brainwave patterns shift into highly coherent states where the sense of the physical body dissolves. Participants report floating, expanding, or observing their body from outside. Experience is nearly identical to Egyptian Kadash separation. Biologist Rupert Sheldrake proposes the theory of morphic fields, suggesting that memory and perception extend beyond the brain, aligning perfectly with the idea that consciousness inhabits a field rather than a container. Dean Radin has documented experiments where intention alone alters physical systems, hinting that awareness is not confined to the skull but participates in a broader informational matrix. And the HeartMath Institute has demonstrated that the human heart generates a measurable electromagnetic field that expands several feet beyond the body, changing with emotion, breath, and intention. The Egyptians would call this the Kadash field. So why can't most people access these states? Because modern conditioning locks consciousness into narrow channels. Chronic stress keeps the body in survival mode, anchoring awareness to the physical. Overthinking strengthens the ego's illusion of separation. Digital overstimulation fragments attention, preventing deep states. Cultural programming teaches us to trust only what can be measured. The ancient Egyptians understood something we've forgotten. Your mind is not limited, it is conditioned. Think of the times you felt a sudden expansion during meditation, a moment of lucidity in a dreamed sensation of watching yourself from outside it, feeling of being somewhere else while your body sat still. These are not random. They are traces of your car, the subtle body stirring, trying to stretch, trying to remember its forgotten mobility. You were taught these experiences are hallucinations. The ancients taught they are the beginning of awakening. Your consciousness is capable of far more than you were ever told. This is not ancient history, it is your present potential. Now that you understand the ancient mechanism and its modern parallels, it's time to bring this knowledge into your own life. The Egyptian masters believed wisdom is useless until it becomes experience. So here are 3 powerful techniques drawn from Egyptian, Vedic, and Hermetic traditions designed to gently activate your subtle body and prepare you for out-of-body awareness. Technique 1. The Ka breath of Abydos. Ancient source. Egyptian Book of Coming Forth by Day Ritual of the Ka steps. Sit upright or lie down on your back. Place your hands over your lower abdomen. Inhale for 4 seconds, visualizing golden light rising up your spine. Hold for 4 seconds, sensing your body becoming lighter. Exhale for 8 seconds, imagining a duplicate of yourself, made of light forming just above your chest. Repeat for 11 minutes. Duration, 11 minutes. Daily for 40 days. Expected results: lightness in chest, tingling near crown, dream clarity, early car sensations. Scientific backing. Slow exhalation activates the vagus nerve, shifting the body into theta state readiness, the state linked to OB phenomena. Technique 2. The Vedic withdrawal of the senses. Pratyahara light method. Ancient source. Yoga Sutras of Patanjali steps. Sit in a dimly lit room. Close your eyes and inhale deeply for 6 seconds. On the exhale, mentally say, I am not the body. Shift awareness away from each sense. Sound, touch, taste, smell, sight. Once the senses fade, visualize yourself floating 2 inches above your physical form. Duration, 15 minutes expected. Results: loss of sensory boundaries, floating sensation, vibrational states. Scientific backing. Studies on sensory deprivation show the brain naturally produces dissociative yet conscious states, precursors to subtle body activation. Technique 3. Hermetic silver cord visualization. Ancient source. Corpus Hermetic. Fragment XII steps. Lie comfortably on your back. Breathe gently and rhythmically. Imagine a silver-white cord extending from your navel upward. Visualize your awareness traveling slowly along this cord, rising above your body inch by inch. Maintain calm. Observe without forcing. Duration: 10 minutes before sleep. Expected results: vivid dreams. OBE initiation, separation, sensation. Scientific backing. Hypnagogic imagery increases when consciousness remains awake as the body transitions into sleep, a known trigger for OB experiences. These practices restore what ancient Egypt knew. Your awareness is not trapped, it is merely untrained. The truth was never hidden, only your eyes were closed. Now you see. If this journey awakened something within you, subscribe for more mysteries, more techniques, and deeper initiations. And in the next video, we'll explore the forgotten Hermetic law that shapes your reality.